Hi guys, this is Effie, aka Benuma, and I'm back for part 2 of our Proverbs 31 discussion. I just finished watching and reading about a couple of things that have really upset me. And to me, it's God saying this discussion is important. First of all, I just want to quickly explain why I ask these questions. And it's because over the last 6 months, I've seen so many videos of young Ghanaian men who claim to be Christians, young Ghanaian men who are pastors, young Ghanaian men who are well known in their communities, who feel free to go on social media and write or post videos or little snippets of advice or Bible verses in a bid to admonish young Ghanaian women. Admonish is to sternly give advice or to warn. And we grew up in homes and a society that is all about discipline and stern warnings from our parents, from our grandparents. And if you look at how our society is today, I believe that we would see that it doesn't work. The Bible says in Proverbs 3 verses 5-6, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him. We quote that, we talk about all the time, but what we don't look at is verse 7, which says, and I've written it down, don't be impressed with your own wisdom. Instead, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. I'm so emotional about this. Being impressed with our own wisdom is what would cause a person to go online and write advice and insult young women who need help. Suicide, depression, these are things we laugh at in Ghana. I've seen videos of young women in the last year who have killed themselves for what we view as petty reasons. But you see, the reason that you learn, the last thing that you hear is not the real reason why she's decided to kill herself, to take her own life, a life that we are blessed to have, a life that Christ himself asked us to live and live more abundantly. Young women in Ghana are depressed and killing themselves. Young women in Ghana are posting nude photos, distasteful videos, because that is what society is paying attention to. We are not paying attention to the reasons why. And that is why when the Bible says get wisdom, get understanding, he's not just talking about wisdom that will make you sound good to your fellow Christians. He's talking about wisdom and understanding of the world you live in. When Jesus was on this earth, he was with people that those in society did not respect, that those in society did not like. He was with the downcast. He was with those who were controversial. And you see, if young Christians, young Ghanaian Christians, like you and I'm talking to us because you are the ones that are on my social media feeds. You are the ones that I talk to every day. I'm one of you. If we would just step up to the plate of living a Christ-like life and seek understanding. And how do we do that? What does that look like, Effie? It's simple. If you see a young woman posting a picture that you think is provocative, that you think is distasteful, if you know her personally, call her. Ask her to come and meet you at the beach, buy fried yam and pork and say, let's have a talk. And find out what is going on in her mind, what's going on in her heart. What have people said to her that is disturbing her, that's causing her to go to the craziest of lengths to get a bit of validation from people who don't know any better. If you don't know her personally, or you know someone who does, ask them to talk to her. Send her a private message. But talk to her directly and ask her what's going on with you. Pray with her. Don't use the Bible as a tool to judge. And I'm going to turn to the depths of why I'm saying this in regards to Proverbs 31 over the next few days, because I think that the revelations God has given me about it in the last week, the things that I've read about it, if we are reading Proverbs 31 in context and looking at all the history around it, we would be using it to encourage and to build up women who are very confused. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get talking. Because today, after seeing these videos of Rashida and the pictures of Christable Ekeh and reading so many blogs and posts about how Ghana is ruined and how these girls are shameful and disgraceful and a whole bunch of other words, I realized that none of us are actually getting to the crux of the matter. And if we learned to do that, our society wouldn't be going in the way it is.